am excited to start this journey myself. I have no idea what I'm doing with with a little kid, but I guess I'll find out along the way.
Welcome to the Landscape Cafe and the final episode in this series.
I kind of joke around with the guys because not many of them are tremendously younger than me. A couple of them are older than me. Guys, there's no reason why we can't just retire together. Let's make this happen.
Yes.
Let's do it so that we don't have to look for jobs again.
Mm-hmm.
We can just go out there, rent equipment, do what's right for our customers and keep that longevity going.
And I think that's the name of the game too, man. When I bring people on, and I'm a very young business owner, I've only got 5 years under my belt, but when I bring people on, I want to hire 10-year people. And I say 10-year, but gosh, I'll take 40, 50, 60 years out of you. I'll take however long you give me. But I create such a strong culture and such a strong business to have people on for that amount of time, because they know your business, they know the equipment, they can service your customers to a whole nother level. Someone who's been there for 5-10 years versus someone who's been there for 6 months. And they become the backbone of the company. As much as, as business owners, we want to be like, we're the backbone of the company. But at the end of the day, it's those solid guys that show up every single day and are going to put in the work. They're there for. They're going to take care of it. They're going to go home, support their families. I can't tell you from my perspective how valuable it is to have people who are committed for the long term. I'm learning that a lot in this season of growth for me. So I'm glad that you found that and you found some guys that are fully committed. Before I let you go, I want to touch on one last topic. Being, business owner, running that show over there and being a family, head of the family, leading your family at home. How do you manage to balance both of those acts? I mean, both of those are very, very prestigious positions to hold as a man, and trying to balance those is a lot. I know it is for me. I got a kid on the way, and that's going to be crazy. But how are you able to do that? Do you have certain guidelines or parameters that you put up for yourself, or certain structures that you do? What does that look like for you?
And this will jump back a little bit to the last one where we talked about COVID and the loyalty from the employees we have. I don't want to take credit for that. A lot of that was also my dad's doing. He still is. We're all in it together, but at the end of the day, his name is the name that's on the paper still.
Right.
And he helped craft a lot of those ideas on, him and I sitting together trying to figure out what we're going to do about COVID. So I don't want there to be I didn't want, as I was thinking about what I was saying, I didn't want it to be taken that this was all my idea, because it wasn't. Which then brings me to where we're at now, the family and the work-life balance. So at work, we have myself and my sister and my dad. My sister came on right at the beginning of COVID, and she's kicking butt, back office, taking care of that, which then helps me with my home, because we have a team and we have people that are going the same direction and have the same values and are working towards that, to where I can come in early at work and hopefully I can be out of there early enough. I try. That's my thing. Is I kind of, when my son started going to infant care at St. Michael's, I wanted that to be my priority, that I could pick him up at the end of the day.
Nice.
And 4 days out of the week that happens. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. That's awesome.
That means I'm in the office usually, 6:30. But I want to be able to make an honest effort to pick my son up from school. And that was kind of my deal. My wife brings him to school, and when you were saying, I also had a little bit of an argument when you were saying, when I was leaving my house, my wife is we're equal leaders in this house. Right. It's one of those things where I couldn't do it without her. She she's a great mother to my child, and she's a very smart businesswoman. So it's one of those things where, I hate to use the slogan, it takes a village, but it really does. I mean, we have good family here at the house, and we have good family at work. And I think it's one of those things where if you can set aside a little bit of priority to one thing, and that was my thing, was I want to be able to pick my son up from school. And, other things are going to fall into place. Because if I'm picking him up from school, that generally means that I'm going to be with him for the evening, or I'm going to be with him and my wife for the evening. Now, we do have a caveat on that. I do have a golf course side of my business where I specialize in golf course equipment. And sometimes that takes some moving equipment during the summer. There's a very high amount of use times during the summer. So there are some days that I got to work a little bit later, but I've worked enough late days in my years before, and I make that my one priority is pick him up from school. I think a lot of things fall behind that, when you make that priority. So that's my little recommendation, is just find the first leg, and other things will, work themselves into it.
Dang, that is really good. That's some good wisdom, my man. I think that's something I might put into place when my daughter starts going to school. That is, because then you're with them.
Find a school that's on the way home from work too. That makes it a lot easier.
Yes, that's a great idea. That is a really good idea. I love that. That is very cool, man. Thank you for sharing that with me. I definitely am excited to start this journey myself. I have no idea what I'm doing with with a little kid, but I guess I'll find out along the way. But
you'll love it. It's the best thing that's ever happened. He's having his 1-year birthday on Sunday, and it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That is very cool. Oh, good deal, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I'll send that over to my editing team. They'll edit it, and then the next 2 or 3 weeks it should post. I'm working on doing a lot right now because I'm trying to get backlog, because the baby's due in December 10th. So thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed it. I was worried right there at the end. The UPS man was about to ring the doorbell, and he didn't do it. I guess they don't ring doorbells anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I heard the door. I heard the UPS truck, like the door closed, and I heard him throw something on the table. He's like, I'm not even going to ring the doorbell.
That's awesome. That is cool.
We hope you've enjoyed this series. Don't forget to subscribe, because before you know it, we'll be back with another great conversation. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. And don't forget, the best place to rate or follow the show is at thelandscapecafe.com. Brought to you with support from Fort Myers Garden Service, maintaining and protecting business and residential landscapes. Visit fortmyersgardenservice.com or call 239-990-7494. The Landscape Cafe is a production of Pure Landscaping and the Niche Podcast Network. Learn more about Bailey, Katie, and the team by visiting purelandscaping.com.